that one in Ekiti, you will say yes, I should be able to enter that place. Let me tell you this, and let me shock you with this. The legbe that is dancing on top of the water, like that man we say it, there is something that is underneath the water drumming the drum for it. As time goes by, we Nigerians, we see, we know, we hear why it was held in London. Let me tell you this. There's a new world order. Imagine. Do you believe that? New world order. Imagine. Look at Sister Pelumi. I always call Pelosi, Sister Pelumi.
That's the speaker of the...
The speaker of House of Reps in America.
That's Nancy Pelosi.
Nancy Pelosi. Why I call is a president, but Abidemi, Biden, you know. He traveled to Taiwan, Abi. They were saying she should not come, but did she not go successfully?
She did.
She was there. That is to say, if the dog is not having a brave person behind it, there's no way we kill a monkey.
Now, Dr. Dakaudi,
I'm coming somewhere.
To you. Now, my bigger fear, or let me say why I brought that up, I didn't even want us to really open it up a little bit, but how does that, translate to good governance? How does that translate to, a free and fair and credible election? How does that translate to, selling your ideologies to the Nigerian people, to the person in Kafanchan, to the person in Dogonawa, to the person in Malufanchi? How does the London visit? How does that bring governance closer to the people?
Let us say the truth. Can you live in isolation? You cannot live in isolation. Nigeria is existing within a global village that is evolving new leadership. All right, that was why I was trying to take you through what is happening in the international arena, because it cannot go without Nigeria being involved. You know why? Nigeria is being seen outside the country as the captain of Africa. All right, and as is now, the West and the East, you can see all of them trying to have a control of Africa because of our resources.
So we are taking the control today.
Now, listen. Look at China having a kind of a pact with Russia. Look at America having pact with Ukraine, inclusive of UK. And they know, Americans, they know that Britain is the former colonial master of Nigeria. And a new government is about to come out in Nigeria. They wouldn't want anybody that will not allow them to have a peep into the circumstances of Nigeria, because the moment they don't have that in Nigeria, they know that it will be very difficult for them to have incursion into Africa.
But they didn't bring it to us. They didn't send anyone down. We took it to them. Dr.
Listen,
it looks like we are not going to have this conversation.
You don't listen. Listen to me. I told you something. It is not by accident that Wike was there. All right, followed by Tinubu's team. Followed by
OBJ.
No, OBJ went last. It was OBJ that went last. Followed by Obi.
Ikpeazu was there.
Followed by Opi. Then followed by Atiku. Then immediately Baba OBJ came to Nigeria. Where did he go? He went to go and meet with Abdul Salam. He now said, I would have met him in UK, but as I was entering, he was leaving. Let me go, because of me, I'm very agile. I want to go and see my friend. Why did he immediately go and give them message and then to IBB? Those people that are controlling the political space and economic space of Nigeria, they are not in government.
That is exactly what I'm trying to bring out.
Listen, they are not in government. And those people too, they also listen to those outside That is what we call externalities. There is no way. I mean, you see, I always say it when Baba speaks, people always listen and take him by his words. But no, me, I read his lips. Okay? So when this kind of an occurrence shows up, I look beyond the occurrence and then see what are the undertones, what are the undercurrents. So it is this undercurrents that we need to look at. A new world is emerging, and election is about to be held in Nigeria. This is the second term of Buhari. Buhari is not going there again, and as the calculation is now, it is dicey. It is dicey. So what the international community will do is they will want to look at which way to go. They want to look at, okay, if this one comes in, what are going to be his policies as it concerns foreign affairs. That is their own major concern.
Okay.
And that is why they try as much as possible to see that they are the one that took charge of that meeting, even though you didn't see them.
Now,
and that's why I now told you.
Want me to see.
That's why I now told you. When that fly is on top of water dancing, it's not just dancing without somebody drumming. I mean, beating the drum underneath the water, which you are not seeing.
Okay, now I think we've landed. I think that's exactly where I was a bit confused about. That means the meeting is just what we saw on the surface.
Yeah.
Some people somewhere. Maybe we'll come back to that later. As why we still need to, go back to the status quo. Baba Obasanjo was at the meeting. He still went back to meet.
Is he a card carrying? Is he a card carrying? Member of any party?
No. He tore his party membership.
Yes.
Openly. We all saw.
So why going immediately on his arrival to Mina?
Okay. That's what we'll get.
These are issues.
You've already said
not
you said the next couple of days, or maybe things.
It might not be days. It might not even be years. This is an alibi. I don't know how much you read of James Ali Chase, because most of these things influences my thoughts along the line. There was one that said, "Hand me a fig leaf." You will not know what is happening until probably the last 5 pages of that book. Go and read it. Hand me a fig leaf.
So maybe we'll just wait for the last few months of the new government that will take over. Okay. So now we just open the conversation. Just open the conversation.
Is it not just now? So girls were kidnapped, but the truth behind it, or the kidnap of Chibok girls. I don't know how much you listen to our former president on this issue over the weekend. When Shettima and some other state governors are being told, look, we had this security information. Make sure that you keep all these girls out of unnecessary exposure to insecurity. But at the end of the day, what happened? While others heed to the advice, he did not. Okay, why now making the principal of that school a commissioner? Why making that principal a commissioner?
Dr. Daokayode, you just set me up today.
How?
Dr. T, maybe on the joins us in the studio today. I'm sure he's probably not expecting I'm going to put on his mic.
I'm sure where he was, maybe he had me mentioning Zelensky and Putin.
Good afternoon.
He now decide to show.
I didn't plan for this double combo, but I love it. I love it. Good to have you join us today again. It's been a while we had you join us.
You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir. I appreciate it. Nice seeing you, sir.
It's a pleasure, sir. Always.
It's a pleasure.
Pleasure.
I thought it was a pressure.
No, it's not pressure. It's pleasure.
pleasure. No pressure here.
At all.
Yeah,
We're good. Pleasure. Okay, good to have you join us once again. So, Dr. Daokayode, the question I want to ask is this. Let's push the whole London conversation to one side. We'll talk about it at some other times. Look at government autonomy. One of the things that I believe so much about democracy is the fact that it should be a government solely for the people, about the people. And the moment the people don't have that power at the local government level, it becomes a problem. What exactly is going on? Why are governors reluctant to give autonomy to local governments?
It's not that it becomes just a problem. It debars them from getting 100% dividends of democracy. And it's a pity that the governors who are at the middle of that cadre is now disaligning that dividend to pass through them, to permeate through them down to the people at the local government. And do you know why? It's nothing other than because of the money. Nothing other than because of the money. One. Two, also, the governors, they don't want the local government officials to have enough energy. And when I'm talking of enough energy, enough money to face them during elections, they want to ensure, like I said the other time, they want to ensure that nobody within that area is being left off the hook of their hegemonic structure. Let me give you an instance. When a governor comes in, when a governor is being elected and being sworn in, you're going to see that what they normally do is they will remove all the local government chairmen and then install their own in terms of what do they even call them again?
Transition committee.
Acting local
caretaker committee chairman.
Caretaker committee chairman and all the secretary and all that. And what do? They put those that they know. When they talk, we listen to them. When they talk, we listen to them. Those they know that they can control. There was one local government chairman then, a lady, who said, when after being removed by the government, that governor always make her to sign for that amount, but speak up why you were doing this.
Okay, I'll come back.
So those are the issues.
I'll come back. Now, I don't know your own perspective of the shores of this country. That's why I start with what exactly is happening in London. Presidents, acting governors, all of them had a
went down. But I can tell you, since a meeting here and there and here and there, and then parties, you are talking in terms of ideologies. You are not expecting anything different, because if you look at all those people aggregating themselves, you saw what happened in Obaigbena's mother's burial, Ribano, the camaraderie, and then you and I would think that these guys had honestly. It is time for a sincere person to stand back and feel that, listen, I'm not going to be part of you. The ranch is there, wonderful places all over, even Abeokuta, great places in Port Harcourt. You can do this somewhere in Mabila place where they can sit down and discuss. What's the big deal about going to London that you have to fly, spend money to go and discuss what? Alliances or what? These guys are just, honestly, they're just clubs. They know themselves okay, we are never of the same club. But we have different departments of the clubs, and that is what is happening. It's not politics. It's not politics. Let's leave politics out of it.
Okay, I like that perspective. Dr. Dakaude wanted us to feel like someone else is drumming. We are just seeing the surface. You just told us that they just went for a club meeting, just a social gathering. Let's just chill. Exactly. Let's spend taxpayers' money a little. Yeah, we have a lot of it. So I'm still going to stick with you. What's your perspective, or what's your opinion about local government autonomy? Just a few states have chosen to implement it, and even with the implementation, you look at the manner at which they conduct local government elections. I know for a certain that the former governor of Ondo State, Olusegun Mimingo, conducted elections 3 months to the end of his tenure of 8 years. And then even when Peter Obi was the governor of Anambra State, there were conversations about why they didn't conduct local government elections. And we've seen it all around this country. What exactly is going on? Why are governors not wanting to have power down to the local government?
Okweyemi, there are no local governments in Nigeria. There are political appendages. You can quickly understand this thing. These are not difficult things. Don't fall for their labels. Now, here we are. We tend to have, in those days, at the First Republic, you see credible people contesting at the level of the local government. Doctors contesting to be the head of Lagos Island Council, as it were then. You see, even Dr. Maja, if I can remember very well, these are the guys that know that the most work to be done is at the local government. They have to clear gutters, they have to relate with people, they have to understand their problems, they have to prevent diseases at local government, they have to plan markets, they have to do all sorts of things. So there's a lot of work at the level of local government. Now, lo and behold, the military people came and pushed them aside, cancelled the constitution, drive the country to a unitary system of government. You know what? Because the venison is tasty, the deer is hunted. If you like goat meat so much, you want to kill a lot of goat. So it became such a thing that gave them money, influence, where they're not expected to have influence. So now when the military did it and they kept running the whole thing, the politicians were learning. And of course, there's no wholly military government. It's a quasi-military civilian government whereby, and what they learn is how to replace a military dictatorship with a civilian dictatorship. They cannot allow local government to be autonomous because local government are being, hold on, take the money, this is why you get your own settlement. Not only that, now they are now creating departments and parastatals of the government to settle individuals, not about any person. Okay? So now, if you are talking about local government autonomy, I wonder which of them, what is autonomy? Of course, the law is just there. The other time, Mohamed Buhari wanted the autonomy of the local government. I wanted to transfer the fund directly from the federation account to the third tier of the government. What happened? The governors ganged up. They ganged up. They said this must not happen. So you should ask yourself why? Because they know that because they are looking for so many relevance. You see, you can only be relevant. You can only want a means to hold on to the people. The only way they can hold on to people is to impoverish that a SEC, State Electoral Commission, has to conduct a local government election. So when they have that opportunity, it became off and impose the person they want. Now, you know what that does to everybody? Because I wasn't voted in, you've made me the local government of this mainland local government now. And I owe it to you. Somebody will come to say, we made you local government chairman. Where is the money? You have to pay me this amount of money. There are lot of underhands going on. So when you're talking about local government autonomy, I have not seen it all. Maybe in the First Republic. But, maybe a bit of it in Second Republic too, where you can be able to see that the motion is being run by this opposition party and mainland is run by another party. But not again. Since SEC started conducting local government election, since it has become such that you have to do jack. What is jack, for goodness sake? You warehouse all the money and you distribute the way you want to distribute. I mean, in reality, you see, Nigeria needs one more clear reform, deep reform. The reform has to start with constitution first, because what's Nigeria doing with two houses? Okay, Senate and Rep, doing what, for goodness sake? What's Nigeria doing with all those overbearing ministry, crossing themselves, repetition of ministry and parastatals everywhere? Then what is Nigeria actually doing? In fact, federal government should have removed their hand completely from local government creation. State, if you want to create a local government, go and create 400. That's your business, and fund your thing. We can give you some amount of money, go and fund yours. If you want to create, so that federal government should just actually remove a lot of burden from themselves. State, create unit you want. Since state were created by a senior federal government, let the state itself create a junior local government. Give everything to them so that they can do it the way they want. And then, but as at now, there is no local government. They are just appendages used for settling political friends. Simple.
I mean,
sorry.
I'm going to come to you.
Sorry, one second, because much as I agree with all you just said, leaving states to create local government and then making them to fund it will even remove government more away from the people. I will not subscribe to state to leaders. Then we are having ideological leaders, but where are they now?
Go and become governor. Become what?
To become governor of Ekiti State. I mean, that's where you would have to go.
Me, it's going to be highly hazardous.
So this wait. It's
going to be highly hazardous.
You understand this thing? The whole thing is that create your local government and fund your local government.
Where would they get that money? Where would they get that money to fund it? The state? Where would they get? Because I want to learn.
I can carry a bowl to the central government and collect oil revenue.
We know, yeah.
That's the greatest tragedy. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now, for instance, there's no local government, because if you know that your local government cannot fund itself, then it's why create it? Why create it? So but if we deal with our greed, our need will be met.
Yes,
that's honesty. So what you are seeing,
that's the truth.
That what's in Nigeria is that a governor who thinks he needs 5 backup vehicles, 3 jeeps, houses everywhere in a serious capital, which must be funded by the state. The wife must have special program. That is the thing that is causing our problem. You see, because in reality, there's a principle called, just enough. If you run that just enough, which of course I learned from Sweden, just enough, just run. If you are going to eat, just eat enough. If you need just enough, leave the rest. Okay, because nature can provide for your need, but not your greed. If you pursue your greed within the natural space, you will run nature down. You feel that once my needs are met, I have to satisfy my greed, and that is what the problem of nature.
Yeah. So that's where we are.
Yeah, that's where we are. Yes, and then the point is that it is accountable for that small amount of money. Government lives within its means.
Your needs. Do you understand? The moment some people are going beyond their needs, and nobody is prosecuting an enabling environment, there must be a structure on ground that will be able to deal with that.
The only enabling environment is law and order.
That's it.
That's
the structure.
So it's law and order, because you see, those the when I used to go to church, I read in the Bible that when God met the whole earth in chaos, the earth was in chaos. The first thing He did was to create law and order.
Yeah.
Everything in nature rests on law and order. My body rests on law and order. This station rests on law and order. When you see, for instance, when I see that, I saw what happened in the NBA conference. When I saw what some of these chairman of body of benchers, what they call them, what they are doing to law and order, I know that if you like, go and put, I don't know the holiest person. You cannot put order on chaos. Our work is to ensure that we bring order out of chaos. You cannot bring chaos out of order. And the most important thing you use to create order is your law and regulation. And how to ensure that those laws are obeyed. It's not, you see, for instance, you are looking so beautiful, your body is fine. They obey some proportions. Your blood must flow at this rate. Your kidney must produce water at this rate. You must secrete hormone at this rate. You must get hungry at this rate. Metabolism must go at this. Everything obey that.
That is your body is obedient.
It's obedient.
It's obedient.
your body is ratified and not articulated.
Articulated to that.
I didn't see that coming.
Body articulation.
He was the one that brought me.
And I know you will respond. He will take that away from me.
So that's what nature taught us. There's a time for rainy season, a dry season. That's what nature taught us. That's what God taught us. And that's why our body taught us. As long as we are ready to put law and order and make sure the thing is obeyed, not that you just wake up and make somebody who did Yoruba law and make him the head of the whole of judiciary, and then look at this person who is my person. I'm going to compensate your daughter with appointment of
director of CBN.
A judge. When you see a CBN governor contesting election and going to court and you still put him there, why would Naira fall? Tell me. We have confidence in that kind of economy, and everybody just woke up and it became Banana Republic. So what are you looking for? So rightly so, law and order is the foundation. In your house, go and put law and order. The whole thing will be okay. This is at the limit. This is what you can do. You must not go beyond this. If you have problem, escalate it to me at this level.
And then you are living by example.
You'll be good. So let the state create the number of local government you want. Federal government is not funding your local government. Take your money, if you like, create 1 million local government, fund it by yourself. Nice.
So now, I'm going to come to you, Dr. Daokaude. The inability to have, according to what Dr. Tui said, just political compensation, that's the selection at the local government level. What is it denying the people? What is it taking away from the people?
It's taking away from the people livelihood. It's taking people's need. People don't have access to good food, and at the end of the day, juvenile delinquency. That's why you now go to our streets, you go to our neighborhood, you see why? Because he knows even after coming out from that school, no employment opportunity.
I must admit that you've missed a lot, but then it's all good. The phone lines are open now. 0 always every Mondays to Fridays, 4 to 5 p.m. With the exception of Thursdays, that takes us an extended version of the program from I want to do in the studio and another doctor, two doctors. Okay, that's also that Daokaude is my regular on Monday, and there was a conversation Dr. Tuyi mentioned, and it almost stole my show apart last week, and that's the issue of the constitution. I think maybe after the show we'll talk about it. Maybe we need to flip it back. I had a lawyer join us, Mr. Abiodun Bakari, Barrister Abiodun Bakari, I beg your pardon, and he clearly broke down how the constitution that we have in this country. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
That guy's been waiting.
Barrister Peter Oko, good to have you join us.
You have been waiting.
You cut down my voice so quickly.
You've been calling. I've been seeing your call.
Okay, God bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you see, the situation we have on our hands is very dicey. You see, this transition program we are doing now, it shouldn't have been. We need some period of rest. We take a rest and restructure this country. Whatever program, political program we embark on now is going to come to naught, because the structure we have on ground now cannot accommodate the right. Is actually not democracy. In the world, controlling how many ministries, parastatals, everything is on the table of the president, and the president doesn't have the capacity for that. So it's like 18. Out of the 36 states we have now, not up to 18 of them can really fend for themselves. Everybody is running to Abuja every month to get allocation. Is that how democracy is run in other places? There's a template for democracy, and Nigeria doesn't have the template. As at now, all the politicians who are craving to become this thing, no matter how honest they are they bringing their own money to run the government? There's no money. Nigeria is almost collapsed. 96% of our foreign earnings is used to service debt, which is an obligation you must fulfill. Whatever you earn, you fulfill your foreign obligations.
Thank you, Barrister Peter. Thank you. Just wrap up your thoughts.
We must resort for force. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. 09136000410. I have loads of messages here. I just hope I'll be able to take a few of them. Well, the phone lines are still open. You can drop a call. This one says, good evening. My name is John from Bagada. What your guest is saying is clear to all of us. The governors want to use local government to compensate their political appointees, the people that snatched ballot boxes for them. Okay. And this must end. Okay. Thank you very much. 09136000410. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Good evening. Good to have you join us.
Engineer Femina.
Yes, you're welcome, Engineer.
We obey our body. And we must continue to obey our body. If not, our body will collapse us. You understand me? I was very, very happy when you people are analyzing, the way you are discussing.
Obedience to the body.
Dr. T, please let it go.
Let that
one go.
Sorry. No, articulation of the body system.
Dr. Dakawade, you are on my show.
I'm sorry.
Go on.
I'm praying for you people. I'm praying for you guys. It's just like hangout. I pray you should continue after election. You should continue. We are enjoying you. You give us free to talk, free chance. It's not all stations. They cannot dictate for us. We are going to do like this. They will not accept. In what way? Number one, it is PDP, APC, and Labour Party and Assembly. If it is 50, let them give us, or 40, let them give us 10. And there will be okay with our parties. I think you get what I'm saying.
Yes. Hello, and it says, unless you make political office position less highly non-lucrative, operate with grade level scale like in the civil service, the governors may be level 22 and the president level 20. It says a road project should not be the business of governors. That is what local government chairman should do. When bridge collapse, it should be the job of the local government chairman. But you see deputy governors coming to commission borehole. Welcome to Nigeria. Okay, that is first. Okay, maybe you try and call us back. Let me come again to you, Dr. Tui. Now, as it is now, it's 196 days that the ASU strike had continued to linger on. Just a couple of days back, we read that NASU and SANU they want to move out, they want to do this. What is going on with the ASU strike right now?
It's a shame, big shame. You know that the intellectual capacity of a country is defined by the the point is this: you can only create to the extent to which you can alter your thinking and deepen your thinking. All the things you are seeing here are thoughts hanging in somebody's mind, and that is why the challenge of thinking, deep thinking, becomes so important, and university need to be the leader. Now, most of the problem happening in Nigerian university should actually be a product of research. And happening in Nigeria should actually be a product of research in university where somebody is commissioned. Go and look on how to solve drainage problem. Go and look for how to solve conflicts and conflict resolution. Go and tell us how we can arrange government to ensure this and this happen. These are research products that somebody should put money into university. But look at university that we're looking up to do a lot of things. In fact, instead of coming out with the issue of revitalization, IP payment system, and allowances and all that stuff, I'm expecting universities to come out with critical thinking on how to create sustainability of the university system. Are we going to see autonomy, semi-autonomy? Are we going to actually do a phased transfer of the university from government run to semi-private run? How do we? Okay, for instance, the university is looking for money, Abi. They're looking for money. You can imagine that Chinese companies, they are constructing roads, constructing rail all over Nigeria. If I were to be government, I would say that, listen, you are constructing rail in Nigeria, pick these 3 universities, they have to be part of the consultancy so that they can earn part of the money you are bringing from World Bank or from wherever. Pick them. The university get, when I was in we had Unifex those days, then we're seeing that government, new towns are being developed. You should be able to pick from the consultancy of the university to drive your country, look at Lagos, flood everywhere. For the past 60 years, Unilag has been graduating engineers. So to do what now? To be watching and be going on strike. So it is, and then you now look at it, the collateral damages they are doing to these students. They will hate the country more. They will hate education more. And in the next 10, 15, 20 years, we will pay, all of us will pay dearly for all this kind of thing. So now, for us, it's a shift that parents are ready to say that I'm going to pay more to ensure that my child stays in school because knowledge is not cheap. Okay, I'm going to pay more. When they are saying, for instance, maybe they are paying 30,000 or 50,000 in the university, now government say that everybody must pay 250. Which is what we're going to do. We now have BVN and baseline. Are you in the university? You have access to this scholarship, so that you don't lack in your payment. So once you start collecting salary, we know your BVN. You will remove the money gradually. So because you have to pull fund to the university, pull fund from the students that are contributing, pull fund from researches that those people are doing, pull fund from even contractors and then even contractual agreements in terms of being part of projects ongoing in the country, joint ventures. When the federal government, when President Buhari is going to say Dubai or going to say China now, you know who they're going to take? They're going to take all sorts of funny ministers following them. Why can't they take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 universities administrators and say that, listen, China, your Tianjin University, you are going to collaborate with this university in this area. We want you to sign it as part of our agreement with you. When you are going to US, so university, you are going to collaborate with so university in Nigeria. We are going to sign that because you see, the greatest thing you can move to a country is know-how. It's not even money. When people are shouting about diaspora fund, they remit 20% of that. I said, what's wrong with you people? If you remit 100% of diaspora fund to a mad system like Nigeria, it will disappear. It will disappear. They will use it to buy drugs, do a low show, and all sorts of things. There is knowledge that you need to remit to Nigeria. And you can only remit knowledge in an organized environment. You cannot build an environment that is not organized. We have to end this chaos. So for me, when I sit down and look at what university has become, because I remember in our own days, we entered democracy and we fought Babangida severally now. He closed our university severally. We are being closed not because of lecture, we are being closed because we are standing firm to see that this cannot happen in society. But what has everything become? It has become it's like area boy unionism. Bag, way money. For what now? There must be a point of sitting down and look at this. We've been doing this since 20 years, 30 years. We're not getting results. How else can we address this issue? Even if we are saying that government, we want students to be paying great scholarship, but they're not giving solution to us. They're just saying that pay us money, and the money will lose value. When the money loses value again, you increase it. You increase the what you are going to take.
Okay.
When are we going to end this kind of
It looks like we are not even ready for this conversation yet. Dr. Daokao, they were really pressed for time. Now, at what point, if in every negotiation, somebody must bend and accommodate, and it looks like there's a lot of emotional blackmail on the part of ASU right now. People are speaking, saying, okay, ASU should be reasonable, they should be considerate. Do you think that should be the next step to all of these agitations? Almost 6 months now.
Yeah, you see, before coming to that, there are some things that he said that I want to concur to. There is no way government will ask all those Chinese and whatever that are doing construction to collaborate with the university. No, because of their hedonistic tendencies that is being serviced by their greed, they will never allow that. Because the moment they are doing that, how will they be able to collect 10%, 20% from those contracts?
Because the 20% is going into it.
But forgetting that all those 20%, 10%, 30% that they are putting into their pocket will have even given them more. Because if those money are now being transferred to the university, they will have rest of mind to do some other things whereby they will make more money. But it's a pity they are not doing deep thinking, like he said. Now, coming to your question, that who bends for each other? It is not about bending for each other. It is about what is supposed to be done. Okay, when you are now saying no work, no pay, what is the work of a lecturer? What is the work of a lecturer? In three folds: to teach and train, okay? To do research, and then community work. I just came back from Ibadan, and I took my time to go to my alma mater, the great University of Ibadan.
Dr. T.
I'm not talking about Ife. I'm talking of Ibadan, the premier university of the nation.
No comment.
The premier university of the nation. All right. And I saw some of these lecturers in their offices doing research, even attending to some of these students that are serious, attending to their dissertations. They still do their community works. So what are you talking about? It's not about teaching alone. Even though I don't want all these children at home, but between you and me, when there is a chaos, or rather, let me put it this way, this elephant grass, when you are cutting it on top, it becomes more dangerous, unlike when you uproot it. So why don't we kuku uproot all these problems? If in 2009 they have insisted like this as regards that agreement that was signed, probably by now we wouldn't be facing what we are facing.
Okay.
Probably by now we will be facing. But between you and me, just a quick one. In my last travel, Dr. Tui, honestly, I was surprised that a particular candidate heads in the university with professionals, he had been funding them money to update their research.
Okay, Doctor.
And that's a candidate. I was just supporting what you said. I was just supporting.
The pathway to Nigeria reinvention and greatness, law and order. ASUU crisis is very simple. Parents, you have to pay more. Government is setting up this kind of scholarship into your thing. And then it's not about money. Money is not about money. ASUU members or teachers or workers in university, you need car, we give you car. You need have a scholarship.
Okay, thank you so much.
That's the way it is. A long conversation.
Yes, Dr. Tui, I think I'm going to have to bring you back in the course of the week. I want us to focus more on that constitutional issue. That's the size of the package on the show today. I mean, I've really overshot this, but it's okay. It's Monday and we get it going. Thank you so much, Dr. Daokao, for joining us on the show today. Thank you so much, Dr. Tui Mibawandi, for also joining us. My name is Okpeyemi Akande, stay out of trouble. And don't forget, when you see something, you say something. Bye.
the beat gets hotter.